It's the end of the day. I'm getting ready to go in the shower, and it's finally hitting me that I'm proposing tomorrow to my boyfriend. And I know what everybody's gonna think, and I already know what everybody's gonna say, but honestly, I don't even care. I love him so much, and I know he loves me, and this is just something that I feel I have to do. I really want to get married. We've been together for 14 years already. He hasn't proposed. I know he wants to spend the rest of his life with me. He says it all the time. And we're in love, even after this long. So why not? But I didn't actually think I would get nervous. I wasn't nervous. I've had this planned for about a month or so. Tomorrow is the anniversary of our very first kiss ever. And I plan on asking him to marry me tomorrow on the anniversary of our first kiss. Our actual anniversary is the beginning of December, and I was gonna wait until then, but I feel like that's too expected and I want him to be surprised. So tomorrow is the day. Nobody knows about this. The only one that knows about this in my family is my son. And tomorrow I am also going to be asking his dad for his blessing. I'm super nervous, so please wish me luck.
14 years. And you gave him your womb. They have a child. You know he wants to spend the rest of his life with you, but he has not proposed. I thought this was a joke. I was praying for God. I said, please, God, let this be a joke, because I would rather drag my coochie against the bare concrete. But she wasn't joking. I got the show. Watch.
This is the ring that I'm going to propose with. And then right here, right under this tree in our very front yard was where we had our very first kiss. Today is the anniversary of our first kiss, and that's why I'm doing it today.
She went out and bought a ring, got it engraved. I don't know his ring size. You ain't supposed to know until you were walking down the aisle and giving him a ring after he gave you a ring and proposed to you. Now check out the proposal. I just send the flood. That man was so embarrassed and he felt so emasculated, he wouldn't even show his face in the camera. All we saw was the back of his head. I don't know what type of proposal video that was. She's showing the camera the ring. And then there was another one. It gets worse. This lady actually got on her knees. What is going on? Look at this. No. Now, I believe in gender roles, okay? Let me tell you. Let me talk to you. Let me tell you something. I wish I would get on my knee and propose to a man. I don't care how in love. I don't give a damn. If I'm not getting what I need out of this situation, eventually I'm going to get the fuck on. And that first lady, 14 years? Girl, he didn't want to marry you. Men know that they are in control of marriage. Women is in control of who they choose and who they give their body to, who they give some coochie to. But marriage, that is a men's thing. It is up to a man to ask for your hand in marriage. It is very masculine to kneel before a man and give him and present him with a ring. Like, you're literally turning him into the woman and emasculating him. I feel like for a man, I don't know, men, if y'all watching this, would you feel humiliated if your girlfriend proposed to you? Because I think that's kind of like emasculating. Is it just me? But I wish I would. I'm sorry. Ain't that much. I don't really do anything for a man. I won't have a kid for a man. It's very rare that I'm doing things for a man. Now, have I cried and screamed and yelled and cussed the man out? Absolutely. I'm a woman, bitch. I'm a woman first. But will I really compromise my integrity? No. I'm sorry. No. You not in public humiliation? No. Because that's a humiliation ritual. So what y'all think about this? Spread love is the brick line. I wish is y'all proposing to, what the hell is going on? What? Get up and stand up.
Hi, lovelies. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. So, I just want to ask one simple question. Is this what people mean when they say that what a man can do, a woman can do even better? Because lately, I've been seeing so many videos of women going down on one knee proposing to men. And today I brought to you this sister who said that she has been with this man for 14 good years with 4 kids. And because she's madly in love with this man, she decided to propose to him herself. And I'm still seated here very much confused because how do you build a whole life, a whole family with someone and still be unsure where you stand? You guys, this video has gone viral and it has sparked a lot of debates. Anyway, let's watch how people are reacting to this video and then I will come back and tell you my own opinion. Credit goes to the original creator of every clip and stitch featured in today's episode.
Marriage is not an institution that proves love. That is not what marriage was designed for. And I think that the reason that so many women are deeply unhappy in their marriages is because you have tried to repurpose an institution that was not designed for that, right? Marriage was created to legitimize women and children so that men would know that the children belong to them. And so when they pass down their wealth and resources, that their wealth and resources would go down to their legitimate offspring, right? And they started fighting for the free love movement in whatever the 50s, 60s. That was because men wanted access to women that they didn't have because they didn't have wealth and resources, right? So the women weren't able to engage in sexual relationships with them because they didn't have anything to offer. And so they convinced women that we should be fighting for free love. I love you. Like, we should be able to have sex, do this, that, and the third without having wealth and resources, right? Which is fine, right? Because I think that women should have bodily autonomy and be able to engage in relationships with men being married if they so please or if they want to. However, I don't think that means that marriage is now about love. You don't have to be married to prove love. In fact, if you're going to marry somebody for the sake of love, you should know that they absolutely unequivocally love you well before y'all get married. Marriage itself is a business contract. Like, y'all are combining y'all's resources for the sake of the legacy and family that y'all are building. That's it. That's all. So if you are marrying somebody who doesn't have wealth or resources, you're essentially getting married for no reason, right? For bringing nothing to the marriage. So for the lady who married the man after 14 years of being with him, giving him 4 kids, and then decided she wants to get married even though they live in his parents' basement or whatever, that's fucking crazy. For one, you failed when you gave him children, because why would you why are y'all giving broke men children? Why are you having children and you're broke? To me, that's where y'all fail at, because y'all skip the steps. Like, you're supposed to get money, like, you're supposed to get money, get married, have children. You do it in that order, you don't have anything to worry about. I mean, yeah, it's like somewhere along the lines y'all supposed to fall in love, cool, but for the sake of marriage, you don't have any property or any wealth, there's no point in getting married. I think so many women want to deconstruct patriarchy and traditional norms, but without even actually knowing what the traditional norms are. At the end of the day, marriage is a financial institution, and nothing that y'all do will ever change that. When you get divorced, you're still going to have to split up that property. You want to know why? Because it's a financial institution. It's always been and always will be a financial institution. Marriage is not a proof of concept for love. So marrying a broke man does not make sense. I'm not saying you can't love a broke man. I'm just saying marrying one don't make sense.
You're telling me she dated that man for 14 years and now she's the one proposing? That's the opposite of what you should be doing. Not only did she date this man for 14 years and then say, well, he's not going to do it, so I am. She even made us help her pick out an outfit to wear while she proposed to the man she's been dating for 14 years. And yes, she got this man a ring. The way I thought this was all a joke. This is what she should be doing. Girl, look, this is what you do. When you date a man for over a decade and he hasn't proposed and you've had his kids, no girl, you don't propose, you run fast as hell. Well, here's the update, everybody. She did it. She proposed to this man. Why did she propose in a random front yard at night? Because this is the exact spot where they had their first kiss. Almost 20 years ago. He wouldn't even face the camera after she did it, knowing they were being recorded. Like I said, she should have been running. Anyone else agreeing here? I get it, because she's had his kids, they've been together forever. This was her, I think, first pregnancy by him. You're telling me she stuck with him for a whole nother child? But then I had to remind myself that some men have the best glow-ups as they get older. Definitely got more of something. She wasn't lying. She did it. She proposed to this man exactly where she told us she planned she was going to be proposing. And now this is what she has, potentially for the rest of her life, unless she decides otherwise.
That situation with the woman who proposed to her boyfriend after 14 years and everybody's just dogpiling and dragging the hell out of her is crazy to me, because no one's talking about the man. No one is dragging the man. And that's really part of the issue with our society, is that we give men entirely too much grace to be dirtbags. We assume that they're going to be bad and do wrong by us, and we just shrug our shoulders and we drag the woman in the situation. We drag her for filth. And that's something I'm not going to do. But I am going to get on this man and his weird commitment issues and his fucked up priorities. Sir, you didn't want to sign a piece of paper and give her a ring. That was too much for you, but it wasn't too much for you to create 3 whole humans with her. 3 lives, 3 children that are going to bind you to this woman, commit you to this woman your entire life. But you drew the line at signing a piece of paper. That was where it was just too much for you. You couldn't do it. You couldn't. That is what we call a beta male. That is what we call a man with no balls, with no sense of self, with no direction in his life. And he looks a lot older than her, no shade. He should know better. Sir, you're supposed to be a leader, a provider, but you can't even lead yourself to a pen and sign a piece of paper? You can't lead yourself to get down on one knee? You're not man enough for that, but you're man enough for everything else. How does that work?
You know, one thing that I strongly believe in is that this woman probably might have spoken to this man multiple times. She might have expressed her desire to marry this man and spend the rest of her life with him. And also, she might have explained to him how important this was for her. But clearly, there was no response, no action, no seriousness, nothing. That's why she had to summon the courage to do what she did. Because I do not really think so that this woman just woke up one morning and decided to do this. I refuse to agree on that one. But ladies, listen to me carefully. Love is supposed to go both ways. If you are the only one giving love, showing effort, loyalty, and they are not giving you the same energy back, I'm going to be honest with you. You better make a decision, because that person does not deserve you. For me, I can never be that woman. I can never. First of all, my ego wouldn't even have allowed it. And secondly, I have my dignity to protect. I cannot drag it in the mud just because I'm so crazily in love with someone who is not even giving me the same energy back. No way. And men like this, they're so lucky, because women like this, they can go to any extent to prove again and again that they can do anything for you. You will find that they are doing all the chores, they are contributing to the bills, they are taking care of kids plus the husband and everything. But what do you get in return? 4 kids and 14 whole years. 14 years is not a trial period, my dear. That's a whole lifetime commitment. And you still can't decide whether I'm worth committed to. People are dragging this woman, but I feel like this man also played a bigger role in this. For a woman to reach this point, it means that something is definitely not right, because all she wanted was security, clarity, respect, and of course this man to commit, like be a man and play his role too. Not just be a man in the house and do nothing. But if I have to force you to choose me, are you really choosing me honestly? And if I have to beg you to commit, do you really want me? Those are things that we should put into consideration, because at this point, I'm even wondering who is going to run this house, like who is going to be the head of the family. Because if I am to force a man to do all these things, like I should be doing the things that are expected of him, then what is his role in the house? Just making babies? It does not go that way. I don't know about you, but maybe I'm just different. That's why I'm reacting this way. But to be honest, I can never be this woman. May that kind of love never find me. Because if I am to force you to do all these things, you definitely don't deserve me. And it's the right time. 14 years was even too long for her to like understand that this man can never be ready. 14 years for kids. You guys, let me just know what you think about this whole thing in the comment section, because if I am to react to all these things, I think I won't be able to stop. Let's just talk down in the comment section. Do you think it's the right thing for women to propose to men instead of waiting for a man to do what we women always expect of them? And do you also think that only this woman was in the wrong by proposing to this man, or this man also played a part of this? Let's talk down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I will be waiting to hear from you. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.